Greetings to our seniors, their families, our staff, and our community. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for the Graham-Kapowsin High School class of 2020. My name is Michelle Gilbert, Assistant Principal, and I'm your host for this most unique event. I'd like to begin by introducing our honored district guests. Mr. Tom Siegel has served as the Bethel School District Superintendent since 2001. Before coming to Bethel, Mr. Siegel held a similar position in Boulder, Colorado. Prior to his work in public education, he served in the United States Navy for 25 years, completing his military career as a commander. Dr. Jennifer Bethman is the Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Education. She has been in the Bethel School District since the fall of 1991. Dr. Bethman earned her Master's of Educational Administration from City University and her doctorate degree from Washington State University. Next, I would like to introduce Bethel's Board of Directors. President Marcus Young has served on the board since May 2018. President Young received an Associate of Theology degree from A.L. Hardy Academy of Theology and the Doctor of Divinity honoris causa from St. Thomas Christian University. Vice President Rosanna Camacho has served on the board since June 2018. Vice President Camacho has a Master's in Business Administration, a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, and a Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
Congratulations, graduates, on all your accomplishments. Now, go out and make all your dreams come true. But please always remember that it's not about who gets there first, but rather the journey is about creating meaningful relationships, respecting the diversity of other people, respecting diverse ideas, and lifting and elevating others along with you. Because the sweetest moments of the journey are being open to all the infinite possibilities and having others to share it with. Thank you and congratulations.
Director John Manning has served on the board since December 2006. Director Manning is a graduate of University High School in Spokane, Washington, and is retired from the United States Air Force.
Hello, class of 2020. I'm John Manning from the Bethel School Board, and I wanted to congratulate you on your graduation. I know this is not how you wanted to end your last year of school, but through hard work and perseverance, you've made it. So good luck and best wishes as you move forward with your future plans.
Director Brenda Rogers has served on the board since November 2003. Director Rogers attended San Francisco State University and studied construction management. Mrs. Rogers is president of the Washington State School Directors Association.
Graduates, I know these are times when you may have been ready to give up, but you didn't. And now you move on with your very special dreams for your future. With hope, with pride, and indeed with love, I congratulate you. Go far and Godspeed.
Director Claudine Henry Young has served on the board since March 2020. Director Henry Young has a Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies and is retired from the United States Army.
Hello, graduates. I am Director Claudine Henry Young. Congratulations on your graduation, class of 2020. It is a very difficult time in our world right now, and I thank you so much for your perseverance and example to all of us. Go forward and make a difference in the world. Change it to make it better for all of us, for our future generations. We look forward to see what you guys go out there and do in this world, and we thank you for being the example that you are.
Now, I would like to recognize our Graham-Kapowsin High School administrative team with whom I am privileged to work. Principal Matt Yarkowski has been an administrator in the Bethel School District for the past 10 years. He has been at Graham-Kapowsin High School for 8 years, with the last 6 as our building principal. Principal Yarkowski received his master's degree in educational leadership from the University of Puget Sound.
Thank you, class of 2020. I'm privileged to have spent your high school years with you. In fact, I remember talking to you back in August of 2016 when you came to your Link Crew Day and your first day of high school. Many of you spent a lot of time at GK over the past 4 years, and although presently things look different right now, you have had an impact at Graham-Kapowsin High School. We still packed the gym this past fall and enjoyed watching our football team have a great season. In fact, we had a great fall and winter sports season in general for all of our athletes. We enjoyed the fall play. We still heard our music concerts. We enjoyed the homecoming dance, and we still enjoyed many other activities this school year. As our world turned virtual in the spring, we still got to experience things like the spring play, performances, awards nights, still got to check in with our teachers. The world slowed down, but it didn't end. You may not have heard it mentioned as much these past few weeks, but remember that orange and blue still starts with you. And character is often developed through adversity, and this class, the class of 2020, has had plenty of adversity. You are entering a world where the adults around you have less of an idea of what the future looks like. And adversity develops character, and you're in a better place to shape this future. You're a better place to shape this future than previous classes because of what you've already experienced. For you, this is just the beginning. You, class of 2020, have made GK a better place. This will be the last time I tell you this. Orange and blue starts with you, so to continue to think about your personal best every day, own your future, and understand that you will need to work with others to accomplish big things. Remember your relationships, the quality of those relationships with others matter too. Thank you, class of 2020, for making GKHS a great place.
I would now like to introduce the faculty speaker, as voted by the class of 2020, Mr. Sam Dominguez.
Congratulations, class of 2020. I am truly honored to be able to share this moment with all of you, even if it's through these means. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Mr. Dominguez. Some of you might know me as Mr. Domo, others as the Spanish teacher in the portables, and others as where to get food and go dancing sometimes during cultural events. This is a celebration of all of your accomplishments throughout a long 4-year journey. And this is no mere accomplishment by any means. You should all rejoice at the fact that you made it this far. I am certainly proud of all of you. We all are. Though it might not be as far as the line at Dutch Bros when it first opened, or the line at Costco during COVID to get supplies, it's still quite far. You have all come a ways to make it here, and it hasn't always been sunny days, but you all find a way to get through the not so shiny days of Graham. From portables to online learning, the end of one journey and the beginning of another. Class of 2020, I know life might seem a little bit grim right now with all that's going on. You are facing a lot. Life has gotten a little bit more complicated since our last class graduated. There's a global pandemic that has changed the way we lead our lives, to the dividing views on protests and where you stand on them. The life we know can change in a blink of an eye, as we are aware of right now. You guys have it tough. Your favorite saying throughout the entire year was, when something unfortunate happened, you said, "That's tough." I see your outlook, and it is tough. But guess what? You guys are going to make it through. I have the utmost confidence in all of you, because you are the first class of this decade, and you will adapt and overcome. You will be the strongest and greatest class of this decade. I am sure of it. Our growth as individuals will be determined by how much we are willing to adapt to change. Our happiness throughout that process depends entirely on how we embrace change in our lives. As you begin this new journey, there are a couple things I would like all of you to keep in mind and in your hearts. Be kind and patient with yourselves. You will not always be perfect or do the right things. And guess what? This is okay. There will be times when you know you have not made the right choices or taken the right actions. Take a step back, reassess, and just be kind and patient with yourself. Be patient with your growth on this journey. Second, be empathetic with others. We might be fixated sometimes in our goals and wrapped in our own thoughts to take a moment and actually consider what our friend, a peer, or stranger, or even a family member might be going through. Take a moment to make attempts at understanding another's point of view or actions, rather than achieving the goal of being right. Being right is overrated. Things are more complex than right and wrong. Be patient, be kind, be empathetic. Third, Be intentional about your life and all your choices. If you're going to do something, be present and intentional about it, even if that is a nap. Be intentional about that nap. Throw your phone out the first window you see and take that nap. But all jokes aside, be intentional with your actions. Let them be seen, not just heard. Show your true greatness. Stay humble, yet confident. How you find how to do that is entirely dependent upon yourself. Finally, live your life, not anybody else's. I have led a life full of accomplishments, disappointments, love, heartache, friends, family, loss, but above all, I've led a life full of happiness, and it has been my life. I implore you guys to actually live a life that is your own. Make mistakes, fall in love, have your heart broken, make friends, hike a mountain, get 1 million views on TikTok, learn about other cultures, learn about your own. I continue to pursue these daily, even the 1 million views on TikTok. Live your life, not anybody else's, class of 2020, because at the end of the day, that's all you're gonna have, a life that is made entirely by you. I love you all. Congratulations, class of 2020.
I would now like to introduce our senior class speakers, Jenny Goldsberry and Hope Holland.
Dear class of 2020, staff and faculty, how I wish I was standing in front of you today. I miss you. I miss seeing your faces every day. I think the best part about making this video is I can edit out the parts where I'm in tears. I'd like to take a moment to do my thank yous. To staff and faculty, we truly appreciate everything that you've done for us. Your resilience these past couple months have truly been inspiring. To parents and guardians, thank you for everything that you've done. Every little gift and words of encouragement have helped in so many ways, for they have got us through the hardest of times. To my parents, family, and friends, I thank you for being my rock. I truly could not go through this without you. I think that we can all say that these past few months have truly been a change for us. Our knowledge of the world has evolved more than ever. It's safe to say that this quarantine has made me realize how much spending our final moments together meant to me, how much it meant to all of us. Whether it be counting down those last 10 seconds of our final day of school, walking across the stage to receive our diploma while we watch our family and friends cheer us on, or just getting those final moments with your team or club. But I've decided not to dwell on these moments, and neither should you. I've seen that these past 2 months do not define the class of 2020. We cannot let it take away from all the amazing memories that we've created these past 4 years. And not to mention all of the new traditions that we have created, such as Zoom meetings that I'm pretty sure we all forgot about, a new record for senior skip day, the quarantine 15, yikes, and so many TikToks that you really thought would go viral, but probably just ended up in your drafts. Without a doubt, the class of 2020 will be written in history books, but that doesn't mean you can't write your own page. I challenge you to take risks. Strive to be the best version of you. Be open-minded in the face of opportunity and do the things that scare you. So in the end, you'll have no regrets. I have no doubt you will fulfill this challenge because you are the author of your next chapter. It's been an honor to take this journey with you, and I can't wait to see all that you accomplish at our 10-year reunion, where social distancing is a thing of the past and we can all truly celebrate together. For one last time, stay sweet, Graham-Kapowsin. Caw!
Good morning to family and friends, teachers and coaches, faculty and board members, and my fellow graduates of Graham-Kapowsin. Thank you for this opportunity to say a few words while we sit on our couches at home anxiously awaiting we can drive to the school and pick up our diploma. Although this is not what we have dreamed of for the past 4 years, we are still being celebrated and getting the recognition we deserve. Only now we can roll out of bed for graduation the same way we do for our 9 a.m. Zoom classes. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Jenny Goldsberry, and you'd expect me to talk about being involved in everything from sports like basketball to music and AP classes. But today is not about me, it's about us. These past 4 years, I've seen each and every one of us try to fit in somewhere. Whether you sat at a circle table or by the vending machines at lunch. Whether you were a drama kid or an AP student. Whether you got to school 30 minutes early or rolled in late with a Belicious in your hand. Whether you spent hours in the library or didn't even go to check out your textbooks. Whether you parked in the front or took the teacher spots in the back. Each one of us found a place to belong in this school, found a way to define ourselves and differentiate us from everyone else. But it doesn't matter if you wore a Letterman's jacket or not. It does not matter if you had 50 friends or only 5 close ones. It does not matter if you spent hours after school in the gym or in the music rooms. What we have come to define ourselves with in high school does not matter because we all made it. Let me say that again. We all made it. Despite taking very different journeys and paths, we all made it to the same destination, the same goal, the same finish line. We all made it. It does not matter how you got here. All that matters is that you made it. And I am proud of each and every one of you for persevering through all of the trials that high school has presented us. And moving forward, it's important that we realize how similar we all are. Because by setting aside our differences and our self-made definitions, we can change the world around us. We are living through events that will be in history books, and we are actively ensuring that our voices are heard while still finding a way to graduate. But our voices are louder together. Because of our determination and our drive for bettering our future, I have confidence saying that there is nothing that can stand in our way of success. We are the 2020 graduates of Graham-Kapowsin. We are Eagles. Thank you.
This year, we have 3 valedictorians who have worked to coordinate their speeches so that they create one overarching speech. We will begin with Brittany Mitzuls, followed by Jalen Haskins, and concluded by Maddie Berglund.
Class of 2020, we've never really been like the rest. And yeah, I know it's cliche for every class to hear that, but this time it's pretty legitimate. No one could possibly understand what it's like to lose your senior year, the one that every student waits 12 years for. We lost milestone memories that people only get to make once in a lifetime, but we still got through it to graduate today, and that's what matters most. It started with senior sunrise. We were all excited for senior year to kick off and to make memories that'll last a lifetime. Many of us were looking forward to the first football game the very next day. Of course we won, no surprise there. The year continued on and we had our senior year homecoming. To me, it didn't stand out too much from the previous years, but the thought of it being our senior year homecoming and having a king and queen was certainly something to take some pride in. The school year had definitely taken off by then, and being a senior was a more normal feeling now. More time had passed, and we had a couple of assemblies, lock-ins, a talent show, daffodil pageant, Mr. Eagle pageant, and so forth. The year still did consist of a few band, choir, and orchestra concerts, along with some great shows put on by our drama club. DECA was even able to make some business trips too. Then people started getting accepted into college, getting sport offers, and receiving scholarships. This was the next big step for us seniors as we were already looking towards our future and our next steps beyond high school without really looking at what we had in front of us. We were so clueless for a while and had no idea what was about to happen. We walked in March 16th and we walked out, not knowing that it was going to be our last day of high school ever. Though all of these memories didn't seem like that much then, they are what we will remember about our senior year. They are the memories that each of us were still able to make with our friends, teachers, and peers at GK that we will always remember and hold on to. From playing your sport to hanging out in the parking lot or being with friends in class, this was our senior year, so let's not forget it. It all seems like a faint memory already, but we must hold on to these moments and not let the pandemic define our year. To conclude this up, we cannot dwell on these unfortunate circumstances forever. At some point, we must get up and move on because life itself goes on. There are dreams that still need to be chased. One unfortunate situation does not get to alter our future. We have a whole life in front of us, and this is just the start. Congratulations, class of 2020. Thank you.
Good day, class of 2020 graduates, families, friends, teachers, and administrators. It is an honor to take part in the first, and hopefully the last, virtual graduation video. I would like to thank my parents, teachers, and friends who have encouraged me along the way with your positive attitudes, words of wisdom, and inspiring me to push myself to get to this day. To my fellow graduates, I want to congratulate you on this unique and historic graduation. Today we reflect and celebrate the memories we created and look forward to our future with resilience and strength. Like many of you, when I first heard that school would be closed for the rest of the year, I was devastated that my senior year of celebrations would be unfulfilled activities. Of course, I was sad about missing out on last concerts, sports seasons, club meetings, and senior traditions like prom, a Tacoma Dome graduation, senior pranks, and senior skip day. Actually, maybe we didn't miss out on that last one. But it was not just the big events we missed that hurt. It was the small, day-to-day ones that make up the spirit of GK and high school that we can't get from a Zoom. It was the smell of the cafeteria on turkey gravy lunch day, walking with friends between classes, hearing Mr. Darby yell, "Specificity!" for the millionth time, and staying after school to work with teachers. Shout out to the social studies department and Mr. Anderson in the math department. And who could forget about the conversations with Seth where he showed you graphic images of his job as a janitor? Just me? In all seriousness, these past 4 years have helped shape us into who we are today, filled with promise, fortitude, and resilience. On Link Day, my first day of high school as a freshman, I vividly remember calling my best friend anxiously, wishing that either 1, my bus wouldn't come, or 2, the bus would hit me and put me out of my misery. Hypothetically, of course. But like everything else that caused me anxiety and challenged me in high school, showing up and going all in resulted in the growth of my character, grace for myself and others, and gaining humility. I encourage you all, now more than ever, to find moments that push you out of your comfort zone, for they offer the greatest opportunity for growth. Our class of 2020 has shown incredible resilience in the face of adversity. With the amazing support of our teachers who never stopped teaching, and our parents who never stopped nagging, I mean encouraging, we are able to continue our education in a way we never imagined possible. As we step into adulthood and a future that has a lot of uncertainty, we will carry with us the courage to persevere and weather any storm. We are more than ready for the challenges that lie ahead. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2020.
Hey Eagles! Before I begin, I just want to mention how much of an honor it is speaking in front of you all today. I wish I could see you all in person to congratulate you, but congratulations. I cannot express how proud I am to say that I am a part of the graduating class of 2020, graduating together, apart. We truly are rewriting history. The class of 2020, born during 9/11, alive to see the first Black president, alive to see the legalization of gay marriage, saw flip phones turn into iPhones, the rise of social media, or do you remember Ebola, or the rise of Justin Bieber, or Lady Gaga's meat dress, or Gangnam Style, the cup song, the ice bucket challenge, fidget spinners, I could go on. But now, we close this chapter of our lives. We're living in a pandemic. Class of 2020, we are stronger than ever. Although we're missing out on memories, being separated from our friends, and not even getting to say goodbye, I know this sucks. But I also know that the class of 2020 will forever be remembered as the quarantined class. In 10 years, we will look back and remember these strange circumstances, but when you look back, I hope you don't dwell in the memories you could have made, but rather the bonding and comforting feeling that we are going to be the most unique class of our lifetime. Graduating 6 feet apart in the school parking lot, unable to hug each other or hug our loved ones. Nobody could have imagined or predicted that the class of 2020 would be finishing their senior year online. But we're not alone. We have each other, and we're all experiencing this confusion or stress or boredom at home. But after today, when we move on to the next chapter, know that the class of 2020 will be bonded for life. You can find comfort in knowing that you were a part of the quarantined class.
I now present our virtual concert chorale performing Omnia Soul, Let Your Heart Be Stayed, under the direction of Jason Saunders and Laurel Wasick. I now present our virtual orchestra performance of The Parting Glass, a traditional Celtic farewell song, arranged and directed by Aaron Julian. I now present our virtual band performing Disney blockbusters under the direction of David Stewart.
To the amazing, resilient graduates of 2020, on behalf of the Board of Directors, I want to extend to you our congratulations and personally let you know that we are extremely proud of you. We are proud of your endurance to stick with your goals of graduating in spite of every obstacle that you faced pre and post COVID-19 virus. We are proud of your focus to not allow distractions to impede and deter you from this moment. We are proud of your pride that you had to say, I want to celebrate my accomplishments and the accomplishments of my peers, and regardless of what this graduation process looks like, I want to have it. And we're proud of your example on how to handle yourselves when a pandemic comes and interrupts the foundational norm of education during what is supposed to be the happiest and most exciting and memorable time of your life. And while there was no blueprint, you, the graduates of 2020, have laid the roadmap on how to hold your heads up high and be able to adjust with dignity and pride, and we thank you for that. It was just last year I sat at graduation, and while sitting there on the stage and listening to my colleague address the class of 2019, I thought to myself, God, if you allow me the opportunity to impart into these young men and women, what would I say? While sitting there, I clearly heard, you have the ability and the power to outlive what statistics say about you. How much more fitting is that than right now? You see, the moment you were born, there was a number on your head, and every factor in life plays a significant role in that number. The year you were born, the time you were born, the color of your skin, your height, your weight. Your parents play a part in that number. Were they married or not? Were you raised by two parents? Or maybe you were raised in a single home. Were you raised by your mother? Or was it your father? Or might have been your grandparents or someone else. There are so many factors that you had no direct influence over, but they all calculated to create a picture of who you are or who you might become. And I want to empower you on today and let you know that that statistic, whether good or bad, does not have to define who you are, but you have the ability to define it. You see, I was born into poverty. My mother and father were 15 when they had me. I was born in the streets of Hilltop, Tacoma, and statistics alone put me behind the proverbial 8 ball. As I grew up, gangs began to infest my neighborhood, and statistics said that because of this environment, there was a strong chance that I would turn out to be a gang member. I faced some of the same statistics that you have had to face. Will I graduate? Will I become a teenage parent? Will I graduate from college? Or will I drop out? Will I be successful? Will I make it out of this situation? Or will I become a product of my environment? You see, these are all predetermined numbers that attach themselves to me without my permission or knowledge. But they were also numbers that I worked hard to outlive. And I want to encourage you, because the same way that I took authority and power over my future, you have the ability to do the same. No, we may not dot every I, and we may not cross every T. No, we may not have beat every statistic that attached itself to us. We may have failed some things and made some wrong choices. And there may be some things that we wish we could have done another way. But to every graduate and every other person that's listening to me on today, the fact that you are still here, the fact that you are still breathing, and the fact that you are still standing means that you have outlived those statistics. And so, I challenge you. I challenge you to refuse to let what people say and think about you stop you from accomplishing your dreams and aspirations. I challenge you to refuse to allow statisticians that have linked this graduating class to their environment rather than their accomplishments limit who you are and who you will become. I challenge you to kick down the door of limitations and let the world know what you have to offer. Block out the voices of doubt and only lend your ear to those of success. Be the generation that demands change, that speaks up and says the status quo is no longer acceptable. Be that group of young, brilliant minds who band together and challenge leadership to stop checking off boxes and implement true change. Let our leaders know that doing the same thing and expecting a different result is still insanity. And so, as I close, in the words of Les Brown, I leave you with this. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, if you simply go after that thing that you want with all your capacity, strength, and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, then neither cold, poverty, famine, nor gout, sickness nor pain, or body and brain will be able to keep you away from the thing that you want. Thank you.
As superintendent, it is my professional duty and personal privilege to certify that these graduates have met the graduation requirements of the state of Washington and the Bethel School District, and I am proud to present Graham-Kapowsin High School's graduating class of 2020.
On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Bethel School District, I congratulate you for having achieved a major goal and milestone in your lives. We wish you well as you move on now to the future and its promise of new challenges and accomplishments. As President of the Board of Directors, it is indeed an honor to accept the graduating class of 2020.
And at this time, I would like to invite this year's salutatorian, Mia Lim, to join me on the stage for the tassel ceremony.
Fellow graduates, please stand and join me in the traditional tassel ceremony. Classmates, it is time for us to take the final step to graduate. At this time, please grab your tassel. Now, move your tassel to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the Graham-Kapowsin High School Class of 2020.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. We'll see you later at the drive-through ceremony.